Did you know that it literally takes milliseconds for a user to make up their mind about your website? And it is really important that you follow a few tips that will help you keep your site's visitors. Hello there guys, and welcome to a video where I will speak about the importance of website layouts. Yep, that pretty much says everything about the topic that I will give you lots of important information, however, in a very short period of time. So in the upcoming minutes, I will do my best to explain the importance of website layouts, and I will try to explain what kind of influence does it do on the overall experience of your website's visitor. I will provide you with the best real-life situations and examples of the website layout practices, give you the best tips and tricks, and more or less give you some recommendations as well, so you can work on your website's user experience yourself. And it really doesn't matter if you're a professional or just a beginner in website building, I believe that you will find this information useful. As always, if you'll have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them as soon as possible. And plus, I will provide you with examples of the best website builders that perform best with layout design, and I will have special deals for them as well, in case you'll decide to try one of them out. Let's get right into the video. So, starting from the beginning, once you catch the idea of creating a brand new website, what are the most common ideas that first come to your mind? Well, most of the people though, they think about the website hosting or website builder choices, maybe the content that they're going to put there. But there's one really important aspect that we tend to forget, and that is the layout of your website. In other words, we tend to forget how our website is going to look. Most of the time when we think about our website's looks, we can probably only mention the colors, right? But what really matters are the whole different things. And if you don't pay a lot of attention to that, a user can simply leave your website. Fact is, it only takes 5 milliseconds for a user to decide whether he likes your website or not. So that means there's very little room for mistakes, and you really want to do everything to avoid that. Mostly, what people focus on, or at least they think that's the most important aspect that they need to focus on, are the images, the text boxes and the size of them, and their location. Well, that is true in some way, but there are more important things. It is really important that your website's design is done in a way that it's easy for your site's visitors to find the information they're looking for. So all in all, the layout of your website plays a crucial role in the overall success of your website. I will be giving you the most important kind of rules of thumb for the website layouts, so take your notes and pay close attention. Number one on the list is a tip that's connected to the so-called F pattern. If you've never heard about it, I will give you a short explanation of what that means. The F pattern is a specific pattern, or more like an approach, that people take to reading content on the web. What that means is the pattern that people mostly follow looks like the letter F. Most often, the people start reading from the top left side of the page, and as they read information, they move to the right. Then the pattern goes back to the left, and once it goes to the right, they read a little less than previously. And this whole pattern looks like a letter F. That's why it's called the F pattern. This is what our brain does in order to minimize the effort that we need to put into the work in order to gain the maximum result. So what it means to you, that if you understand this and optimize your website's content to it, you can most definitely achieve great results. One simple piece of advice would be to use different types of formatting for your website's text. Use different headings, bold the important text, use different colors, use different sizes, and so on. In this way, you will most likely increase the attention of your site's visitors. Number 2, simplicity is the key. Now, I call it this way because most of the time we tend to forget that quantity is most of the time ain't better than quality. And we still put loads of images, videos, text on our site, and we think that it's super cool. No, that's not cool, and very important that your website looks clean. In that way, you can always put the information that really matters instead of putting loads and loads of garbage to it. There are actually some rules of thumb that you need to follow. Think of it this way. We're all used to the fact that the search box of any website is either in the top right of the screen or somewhere in the middle of the heading of the website, right? So imagine coming to the website where the search box is somewhere at the bottom of the site. What thoughts cross your mind? What? You either think that the search box is missing, or you just say that the website is shoot and leave. Or say, imagine if the drop-down menu would be somewhere in the footer of the website instead of being in the very top where all of us are used to see it. So that goes for simplicity. There's no need to invent something that's already been invented. Number 3, this section placement is important. It is really important. In order to achieve the best possible results, your sections have to be placed in the correct positions and the content inside them has to be optimized. Sounds confusing, right? Well, let me give you an example. So say you're running a sale on your e-commerce website and you want everyone to know about it. You got to make sure that the most relevant content is visible exactly at the moment your site visitors visit your website. So if you have a specific product or you want to show off your blog post, you gotta put it somewhere visible on the screen. For example, Amazon. It's noticeable from the start. The whole website looks really user-friendly. All the most important features such as the search bar, shopping cart, user information are located at the exact places you would expect them to be. And there are no ugly drop-down menus popping out at the moment you come to the website. And everything does seem to be really intuitive, right? Now, next we have Squarespace. Although that's a website builder, it does its job really well with the whole user experience and website layout. Everything, as you can see, is super simplistic. There are only a few buttons and they are straight to the point. By the way, they're using a full-sized photo in the background, which is not something new, but at the same time, they show their product, or should I call service, in a very clever way. That is a perfect example of how a well-made website looks. Then, as an example, we have Bethesda's website. It's simplistic, yet has a drop-down menu that expands only when you click it, an image of their most recent game, what it seems, and a list of their most recent news. Simple and clever. And the brand avoids flashy features and focuses on providing the most relevant information. And finally, if you're thinking about creating a website for yourself and you would be looking for my recommendation, here you are. So as I've reviewed lots and lots of different website builders, in my personal experience and opinion, the best ones that provide the best tools and features to make your website not just attractive and good looking, but also will provide you with the means to making modern and clean layouts of your website. Squarespace is one of those website builders that will provide you all that, plus modern and sleek templates to help you out whilst creating your website. All of the templates come with different layouts, so you will most definitely find your best fit. And there's a special deal link down in the description that will help you save quite some money if you decide to try Squarespace out. Then we have Zyro. Zyro is one of those website builders that will offer all the freedom and flexibility you need in order to make a functional and also good-looking website. It's also optimized for all types of devices as well, the same as Squarespace though. So you can be sure that your visitors will be able to see your content on any of the popular devices. Additionally, we have a special discount made just for Site Guides viewers that gives up to 89% off of their premium plans. Check the description for that link and make sure to check the price right now, as it may be even better at the time you're watching this video. And if you're planning on selling online, you most definitely need e-commerce features, so Shopify is by far going to be one of the best options for that. It's pretty easy to use and offers a wide range of options for your templates and website layouts. I'm sure that you'll find your best fit, so if you want to try Shopify for free, I've left a link for the free plan in the description. So that pretty much wraps everything for the video about the importance of website layouts. I hope that you found this useful, and I would totally appreciate your feedback. It takes a lot of time and effort to gather this information and put everything together, so I would be really grateful if you smashed that like button and subscribed to the channel. It helps a lot. And if you're hungry for more, check out our other videos on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.